housing rents in the Greater Paris region have spiked nearly twice as fast as wages over the past 35 years, creating a severe affordability crisis that forces low-income tenants to spend roughly half their income on rent.
프랑스 수도권의 주택 임대료가 지난 35년 동안 임금 상승률의 2배 가까이 오르면서 주민들의 주거비 부담이 심각한 위기 국면에 접어든 가운데 특히 저소득층은 월소득의 거의 절반을 임대료로 지출해야 하는 상황인 것으로 알려졌습니다. So tell us about the prices going up in France, inflation and housing prices.
Well, this is really serious. They're looking at this from 1984 through to 2020, which means prices may have risen again in the past 6 years.
Yeah.
The median rents were at 3.9 times, whereas your household incomes only grew by 2.0 or 2.3 times, which means it's almost twice the amount compared to what we're earning in terms of how the rent has gone up. Basically, rent has quadrupled, whereas income has only doubled.
수입은 지난 35년 동안 2배 올랐는데 집값은 4배 올랐다고요?
Yeah, so this is, and this means that if you're working very hard but not getting paid a lot, if you're in the bottom quarter, in the lowest 25%, that means on average in Paris, you're having to pay something like 48.5% of your whole monthly income just on rent.
그래요. 여기서 말하는 집값이라는 것은 이제 월세를 얘기하고 있는 겁니다. Monthly rent. 그래서 지난 35년 1984년부터 2020년까지의 데이터인데요. 그 기간 동안에 월세 가격은 4배 올랐고 그 다음에 평균 수입은 2배 올라서 수입이 월세를 따라잡질 못하고 있네요. So it says here that housing rents have spiked twice as fast as wages.
Yes, and if something is twice as fast as something else, it is double the speed. It's so in this case, we're talking about the speed of the increase, the speed of the price, or how much you're getting paid, how much that is rising, and it's double the speed when it comes to housing compared to your pay.
무엇보다 2배 빠르게, twice as fast as 무엇? Now, what's an affordability crisis?
Well, an affordability crisis is when you can't afford things. You don't have the money to pay for the things you need or want.
So when you can buy something, you say you can afford it?
Exactly. And we talk about something being affordable. So maybe back in 1984, rent was affordable in Paris.
Okay, yep.
You know, okay, it's a little expensive, but I can pay for it on this salary. Now, it is certainly not as affordable as it was, and possibly not affordable at all for some people. So we have an affordability crisis.
네, 내가 가지고 있는 돈으로 이거를 감당할 수 있다라고 할 때는 it's affordable이라고 하는 거예요. 이건 주관적이겠죠.
네.
근데 이거는 내 돈으로는 내 수입으로는 감당이 안 돼라고 할 때는 it's not affordable. I can't afford it.
Yeah.
For example, a really expensive car.
Oh, sure, yes.
You might say, I can't afford that.
Yeah, you're going shopping with your friends and you want to buy some new clothes and you go into the department store and you look at the prices on the fashion brands and you go, no, that's not affordable for me.
Yeah, exactly. 그런가 하면은 if something is, relatively not cheap, but it's okay. It's within your budget.
Exactly.
Then you can say, this is affordable.
I think that's the key thing, Sue, that you said. Within your budget, whether it's expensive or cheap, if you can actually pay for it. It doesn't matter whether it's a little too much or not enough. It's affordable.
그래요. 그래서 이제 이 주거 비용에 있어서 이걸 감당하기가 좀 힘들어지고 있는 그런 상황이기 때문에 affordability crisis라는 것은 그런 주거 비용의 위기를 말한다고 볼 수 있겠고요. Who's a tenant? What is a tenant?
Well, tenants are the people who rent from landlords. They pay money to occupy a building or a space within a building. So, a lot of people living in Korea are tenants. And quite a few people living in Korea are landlords.
네, 집 주인은 landlord라고 해요. 한 단어예요. landlord. L-A-N-D-L-O-R-D, landlord. 그 다음에 세입자를 영어로 tenant라고 합니다. T-E-N-A-N-T. 다시 읽어보겠습니다. Housing rents in the Greater Paris region have spiked nearly twice as fast as wages over the past 35 years, creating a severe affordability crisis that forces low-income tenants to spend roughly half their income on rent. Let's move on to the next headline.
The Normandy beaches in northern France, where the Allied landings on June 6, 1944, marked a decisive stage in the liberation of Europe from Nazi Germany, have officially become a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
1944년 6월 6일 연합군의 상륙 작전이 펼쳐지면서 제2차 세계대전에서 나치 독일로부터 서유럽을 탈환하는 데 결정적인 전환점이 됐던 프랑스 북부의 노르망디 해변이 유네스코 세계유산 목록에 공식 등재됐습니다.
Yeah, we were talking about this all happening in Busan last week when I was on the show. And yes, they have designated these beaches as an exceptional cultural landscape because of what happened back on June 6, 1944. This was the turning point in the war when the Allied forces were able to, well, start to liberate France and the rest of Western Europe from the Nazis. And so it's about commemorating all those who fought. And we're talking about from people from the United States, from the UK, from Canada, Belgium, Norway, Poland, Luxembourg, Greece, Czechoslovakia, New Zealand, Australia, and the French themselves.
Yeah.
So already these beaches have been a place where ceremonies take place, where occasions where remembrances are held take place. So this, I think, is just protecting the beaches, but also making them more of a focal point when it comes to remembering what happened.
Right. So the Normandy beaches marked a decisive stage in the liberation of Europe from Nazi Germany.
Yes. So if something is decisive, it's the thing that makes the decision. So a decisive stage is the turning point. It's the point when something important is happening. And if we're marking it, we're indicating it. In this case, the storming of the beaches was the indication that there was a turning point.
네. Mark a decisive stage라는 것은요, 어떤 전환점이 됐다라는 뜻입니다. 굉장히 중요한 그런 어떤 무대, 그런 순간이 바로 노먼디 비치스에서 있었죠. 그런 얘기를 하는 건데 이 decisive라는 게 그렇게 굉장히 결정적이다, 중요하다라는 의미가 있는 게 있고요. And what's a World Heritage Site?
Oh, well, heritage is about the things that we have to remember, the things that are important in our history or our culture. So a heritage site is going to be somewhere, a place that represents a part of our history, our legacy.
그래요. World Heritage Site 하면은 세계 유산 이라는 뜻인데 이 유산입니다. Heritage라고 하면은요. 자, 그러면 다시 한번 제가 읽어볼게요. The Normandy beaches in northern France where the Allied landings on June 6, 1944 marked a decisive stage in the liberation of Europe from Nazi Germany have officially become a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Now let's move on to our final story.
A missing dog named Chong has been joyfully reunited with his Nebraska family 5 years after vanishing, following his discovery at a truck stop more than 1,000 kilometers away from home.
미국에서 총이라는 이름의 실종된 반려견이 실종된 지 5년 만에 네브라스카의 집에서 1,000km 이상 떨어진 트럭 휴게소에서 발견돼 가족들과 감동적으로 재회했습니다. 5 years.
Yeah, it's a remarkable story. He escaped. He ran away back in 2021. His poor owner, Immaculada Jackman, was always looking for him. Could never find him in the neighborhood around their place. And yet, a family friend saw a photo from an animal shelter in Indiana of the dog and went, doesn't that look like Chong? And it turned out to be. So they've managed to rescue their poor pup. It seems like someone else had looked after them because the dog had been microchipped. Okay. And so they had to wait to make sure that he wasn't going to be claimed, but no one claimed him. And so they're allowed to readopt him. He's gone back to Nebraska, all the way from Indiana, 1,000 kilometers away. And now he's settled in with the family again and his new brother, Cheche, another dog.
그래요. 5년 동안이나 행적을 알 수 없었던 총이라는 강아지인데요. 이게 아마 그 5년 동안 누군가가 찾아서 잘 키우다가 그다음에 동물보호소로 보낸 것 같습니다. 왜냐하면 없던 마이크로칩이 하나 발견이 됐대요. 이 마이크로칩이 있으면은 스캐닝을 해가지고 이제 누가 주인이고 어디서 사는지 이런 걸 알 수 있는데 그런데 이제 원래 주인은 아니었습니다. 마이크로칩을
Yeah.
플랜팅했던 게.
Yes, and he was found stray. He was found behind this garage, a truck stop. So something had happened. Either he'd run away again, or something had happened to the owner.
그래요. 정말 기적적으로 재회를 하게 됐네요. Chong was reunited with the family.
Meaning they met again. If you unite, you come together. If you reunite, you come together again.
네, 재회했다, 다시 만났다. What about to vanish?
Well, if you vanish, you're not going to meet up because you've disappeared. You've gone.
사라졌다 할 때 you vanished. 자, 다시 한번 읽어보겠습니다. A missing dog named Chong has been joyfully reunited with his Nebraska family 5 years after vanishing, following his discovery at a truck stop, more than 1,000 kilometers away from home. Well, that's it for today's headlines with Paul Matthews.